is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive a new 2025 Integra, $339 a month during our 17th anniversary sale.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 Acura MDX during our 17th anniversary sale.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
It's big. It's gigantic. It's the Toyota of Hollywood Super Sale. Over 2,000 Toyotas from just $17,988. Like a Corolla LE, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. Join the fun and get a super deal at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
South Florida, listen carefully. Osmani Garcia with Omega Realty Group is changing the game. He's not just listing homes. He's guaranteeing to sell yours in 30 days or less, or he'll buy it himself. No excuses, no delays, no fine print games. This is real. If you're serious about selling, call 305-440-1990 and see if your home qualifies. Osmani Garcia delivers results. Osmani Garcia, the home of the 30-day sale guaranteed, where guarantees are backed by action. Call now, don't wait. This market won't wait for you. Restrictions apply. Call 305-440-1990.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt and Rayom can help.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive a new Acura ZDX, $439 a month during our 17th anniversary sale.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Ooh, wait a minute. There we go. Might be it. Yeah, there we go. Now we're in the picture. Welcome aboard. You got the sound. We're good. We're good. We're kosher. We're kosher. Good morning. It's Friday. Yes. 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 Do I look like a person that's about to go to Metallica and Burn Steakhouse? Yes. 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 Are the Panthers going to win tonight? Yes. 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 Yeah. They're going to win tonight. They're going to get it done. Let's go. Still have these things. Huh? And they still light up. Pretty good. Okay. These Baptist Health, I don't know what they're called, boomsticks or whatever the hell they're called. Great job, cats. You gave a great product. It lasts like the Panthers. So, good shit, man. Good shit. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you all are doing well out there. I hope you have half the weekend I'm going to have. In fact, a tenth of the weekend, because it's hard for your weekend to top the dessert room at Burn Steakhouse. Just a dessert room. So if you can have a weekend better than just a dessert room at Burn Steakhouse, that's a pretty damn good weekend on your part. That's a pretty damn good weekend on your part right there. Can't wait to have the escargot. I'm going to have my Chateaubriand, which is the best steak, period, bar none. Ooh. Oh, it's the best part of the filet. Anyway. So, oh, Lordy, Lord. If you ever want the best cut, get a Chateaubriand. Okay? Not everybody does it, but Burns does. So, just in case you want a little tip, there it is for you. Not a steak expert, not a food expert, not a financial expert, nothing. We're not experts in anything. Ask my wife. David Furones will join us today at 10:30. Manny Navarro will join us at 11. So we'll have some fun today on the program with the boys. Bitcoin, where we at on Bitcoin? We are back over 104,000. It is, let me see. Metaplanet is on a roll. Sailors raising more money. It's getting out of control. But we are at 104,000. So for, remember yesterday, Sean, the guy that was trying to time it, hey, you think it's going to go lower? And I'm like, bro, just buy. Don't worry about it. It's just don't worry about it. Oh, will it go under 100? Anyway. So, relax. Just not a financial advisor either, but good shit to see it bounce back easy, and it's going to happen. Hope you guys enjoyed the match between Elon Musk and Trump. A relationship that you knew was going to end only one way. I mean, there was no way. Well, most every relationship with Trump ends this way, actually, outside of his family and the lady with the white hair that's his like right-hand man. It usually ends pretty bad with everybody. But it's just kind of funny. That was hilarious, I gotta say. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. So we'll see how that went. And then, they're going to talk. No, they're not. They're not going to talk. They'll hash it out. They're not going to hash it out. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. And there'll be more to come, obviously, So, but, we'll have some fun. The one thing I want to ask that has changed, and I'm approaching 60 years old. Okay. I just want to ask this part about life. What happened with like having fun and yeah, sometimes there's going to be good, there's going to be bad, right? And I remember as a kid, we'd make fun of Gerald Ford falling all the time, all that kind of stuff. We'd make fun of Jimmy Carter, not just being a weak president and the peanuts and, all that kind of stuff. Reagan by his second term when things were, we were making fun of Reagan. We made fun of Bush, no new taxes. Bush Jr., God, it was with Bush Jr., you had, I mean, there were so many great moments with Bush Jr. we would have fun with. And, it was just one of those things.
Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women.
So Bush Jr. was a lot of fun. I remember back in the day. We had a blast with Bush Jr. Made fun of Clinton. Do I have a Clinton here? I think I have a Clinton here. Do I have a Clinton here? Huh? Let's see. Where do I have a Clinton? Let me see. Here we go. Made fun of good old Bill because he had the classic.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Right. Made fun of Obama. Made fun of Biden. Can you answer me why there's a fan base for Trump? So I see, BRICS. The thing that Trump, when he took over, he said the BRICS are dead. They don't even exist. And China's in BRICS. It's Brazil, Russia. What is it? Brazil, Russia. It's not Iran. It's India. China is the C, and the S is it Saudi Arabia or whatever, but China's in the name BRICS. Just so, just to have some fun with that. Yeah, most of you don't follow politics. You don't even know all the stupid things he says constantly and all that stuff, but I do. Anyway, so we see this fight. It's a president of the United States in the middle of a Twitter battle with the richest man in the world, which is just embarrassing that your president would act like the way he acts constantly. So I put clown show. And here's this clown, Mike Best, MBest17. You talk about the Big O show because I agree, clown show for sure. And he follows me. Plus, that whole thing about some of them not really being very smart. Bro, it's not even like creative. But what happened that now we have loser fans of politicians?
That's what we have? Because we made fun of every president since I was a kid. It's normal. It's part of the game. Yeah, Clinton, I did not inhale. Bro, we killed Clinton. We killed Clinton. It was fun. They say a lot of stupid things. Clinton, Bush Jr., whatever, bro. They all do it. But explain to me, why is it the orangutan is the only one in the history of mankind that has little fan bitches that get all bent out of shape? Just like explain to me that. Like, what makes you so your panties in a bunch because we make fun of because you voted for him? So what, dude? I voted for Reagan. I made fun of him. I voted for Bush Jr. the first time, not the second time. They made fun of him. Voted for Clinton, made fun of him. So what's the deal? I mean, I don't really care. I made fun of them, and I voted for them. I make fun of everybody. I make fun of everything, myself included. Do you follow the show? Do I not make fun of myself, Sean, like constantly? I'm not sure. Like, so I just wonder, whatever happened? What happened that some of you are so tied up to your little candidate that it's like they insulted your mother or your father or your wife or something, or your husband? Can you be any more pathetic, by the way? Just wondering, can you be any more pathetic? Seriously, can you be any more pathetic? A politician. Like, you got to be stupid thinking any of these people care about us. Either side. And you're going to care about them that much that you're going to get insulted because of a silly joke? Because it is a clown show. By the way, that's the other thing. That guy, Mike, he's such a little bitch. He can't even admit it's a clown show. You know, kind of like Heat fans can't admit that their team is not going anywhere, or now Dolphin fans. Anyway, so I just find it like this dynamic that I've never seen in my entire life. It's never happened with anything. Nobody's ever cared. Everybody's rolled with the jokes, except this guy. Just amazing, you know. Dan, yep, we made fun of all of them. Of course, it's what we do. It's America. Give me a break. But for this one, oh my God, you say anything and they're all like, they are the weakest set of people I have ever seen in my life. Besides not being very, very, very bright, clearly. You know what I mean? I had to school another one too. Yeah, the other day too. Anyway, I school them all: Dems, Republicans, progressives, conservatives. It's fun to school them all. Anyway, I really hope the Marlins franchise survives. Survives what, dude? What does that mean, Ted? What does that mean, survive? I'm wondering. I really wonder. What does it mean, survive? They have a lease of like 30 years. They're not gonna make any money. Well, they probably are making money just from the tax money. That's why the whole Mickey Harrison, oh, don't tear it down, all that. He'll still make money. He won't make as much. Okay. But you won't spend as much too when you tear it down. But whatever. But I'm not sure what you mean. The Marlins aren't going anywhere, dude. They can't move. The fans aren't the problem. So if Major League wants to fix the problem, get yourself a billionaire owner, not a millionaire owner. So, Ted, you don't understand the problem. The problem is not the stadium. The problem is not the fan base. Our fan base will support anything and everything, but you must entertain and you must give a shit about winning. It's pretty simple. So I'm not sure what you mean survive. They're not going anywhere. Now, will they be, what's that called? A dead neighborhood? Yeah, as a sports team, what I mean. You know, when you walk in, it's a dead neighborhood. Yeah, you're never going to have ambiance. You're never going to have anything there. But it's not going anywhere. It can't. It's legally bound to stay here. And it's been proven in this town, we're never the problem, ever. We're one of the best fan bases in the world. You know why? We're one of the smartest fan bases in the world. If you don't want to try to win and entertain, we'll go to the beach. We'll go to Fort Lauderdale. We'll go out to South Beach. We'll go down to the Keys. We'll go down to the Everglades. We'll go fishing. We'll go dancing, go to restaurants, go to concerts. Whatever it is you want to do, we got it all here in South Florida. So the entertainment dollar, there's a lot of competition for it. And that's the beauty. But South Florida will support you. The bottom line is, you know, you gotta do your part. The Panthers were a disaster with bad ownership for years. Poor ownership that didn't have the money. In comes Viola, billionaire, willing to invest and wait. And he knows, like, let's say, like Bitcoin, give it time and it'll explode and put you into profits. And his Bitcoin Panther now has exploded and it's given him the profits. But the first few years he had to invest. He had to invest and sign guys long term, and he kept doing it. And he went and bought Bob and all that, and it didn't work out early on. But you got to do your part. No Marlin owner has ever done that. Huizinga did it for a flash in a pan, and then he stopped. He would have created something if he would have kept it going, and then keep it going. Your chance for that was the Moss family, but they went to soccer, and those crazy bastards will buy whatever they can because they got money and they're going to do it and they want to win. And you know, they don't do things the right way themselves, but at least they'll spend and they'll try. Something that we can't say about the Marlins. But the Panthers try, they got a fan base now. The Heat try, they got a fan base. The Dolphins don't ever really get it done, but Lord knows they constantly try. They don't get it right, but they're trying. They will spend money. God bless them. They will get Parcells, or they'll get Jimmy Johnson, or they'll get Saban, or they'll get the hottest offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. They'll get the best free agents, whatever. It just hasn't worked out, but they try. So that's why we're always here. So not sure, Ted, but you there's no moving, no nothing. We're not the problem. And the proof is in the pudding constantly. Doesn't matter who you are, what event you have. You want to bring an F1 event, we'll support it. You want to bring a tennis event, we'll support it. You want to bring Rolling Loud, we'll support it. You want to bring Jazz in the Gardens, we'll support it. You want to bring big concerts, we'll support them. We do it all here, bro. But you got to do your part. We have smart consumers. They like to call us bandwagon. No, because the Dolphins don't win shit. And the Dolphins don't deserve any of you. And yet their house is full constantly. And they're constantly selling jerseys and hats and shirts and everything else. And we've got Dolphin bars all over the country and the world. If everything goes well, Sean and I will be in Spain broadcasting from there all week at a Dolphins bar. And the Dolphins don't deserve to have one damn bar. So we are awesome fans. Heat, They've been mediocre. They're the play-in Heat now. They shouldn't be called the Miami Heat. They should be called the play-in Heat. They get their tickets sold, man. Marlins don't do their part. End of story. The day they do, it'll be a blessing. It'll be the first time. But they need an owner. They have a broke-ass owner. You can't have millionaire owners. Okay? They have to have B's, not M's. If you're a millionaire owner, you don't belong in pro sports. Okay? Move down to minor league soccer. That's what you should do. You should own a USL team is what you should own if you're a millionaire. If you're a billionaire, and maybe not one is enough, you can own a pro team. But you gotta be a big boy, a big girl, a big family. You can't. We got a bunch of guys with rabbit ears owning the Marlins. Oh, it's a money run. I ain't got nothing. So what happens to Marlins fans? They take it in slow and easy. Make love to me slow and easy. Okay? That's what ends up happening since I got a white snake shirt on. All right. Let's see. We've got Bitcoin still over 104,000. Remember, you can make a donation to the show, support our program, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or Chainlink donations on Venmo. As always, thank you. Let's see. Cash App. Brian Radke. Thank you, sir, on Cash App. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you. He says, happy Friday. Appreciate that. Thank you. You can also make a donation if you're out of the country on PayPal, too. Sean, you can show them the QR code. And we have a GoFundMe page for our Spain trip. Help us get to Spain. You can make a donation on our GoFundMe page and enjoy. Thank you. Help us get there. What do we got here on the chat board? Good morning to you, Dolphin Dave, Jeff in Long Island. Let's make a lot of money. It's all about opportunity. That's right. What is it? I got the brains. You got the looks. Let's make lots of money. Big Johnson is in the house. Happy Friday. One-Eyed Jack. Jay Gelfin. Looking forward to the Fort Lauderdale United playoff game. Aaron Judge. He's kind of good, huh? He's kind of good. Let's see. Juan Rosa. Cosa. Gus. Alexis. NorCal. Puffin and Puffin. Tiger Shark Tony. Let's see. NorCal wants more likes. I agree. Pump up the likes, please. You only got 30 there. We need the likes. The likes are very important. Magnus, what's up to you? Dolphin, Nikolai, Brian Landis, Sweet Baby Ray, Oscar Rojas, Ty in the Bronx. Let's see. Lenny Pena. That was a great game last night. No, it wasn't. That wasn't a great game. It was a mediocre game. It was a phenomenal finish, but it was a mediocre game. I mean, OKC controlled the whole game. It got interesting at the end, and then that's when the Pacers, like they've been doing now, they come back from the dead. They just like the hand pops out of the ground, and then they just resurrect. It's amazing. Yeah, but it wasn't a great game. It was a great finish. I watched it. It was kind of boring. You know, they kind of kept a sizable lead throughout, and then make a little couple runs. But OKC was in control of that, and then finally, what would you say, Sean? I don't know. Did you stay up to watch it? Okay, what was it like? The last 6 to 8 minutes, 10 minutes? You would say maybe, like the last quarter, basically.
Yeah, it's about the last 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah. It wasn't really a good game. It was a phenomenal, amazing, fantastic finish. It was, hate to say it, stereotypical of what people say about NBA games. You don't need to watch the beginning. Who gives a shit about the beginning? Go watch the end. That's what matters. If last night you missed 3/4 of that game, did you really miss anything? Did you? Be honest. Did you miss anything 3/4 of the game? No. So, let's see. One-Eye Jack, buy it and forget it. That's how you do it with Bitcoin. You don't worry about it. And when you get a chance to buy more, you buy more. But when you have discretionary income or some discretionary income that you can create, instead of treating yourself to the Starbucks, instead of treating yourself to a really expensive lunch, take a little less, use the difference, put it in Bitcoin. That's what people don't understand. $1, $5, $10, $50, whatever you put in, like you buy it on Cash App, you can buy it as little as $1. And every bit is going to grow. So just little by little. Little by little. And then when you have enough, you'll be like Robert Plant. You can say little by little, I can breathe again. Because with dollar, you can't breathe. You're getting choked. What else do we have here? Alexis is enjoying the Trump-Musk battle. Brian Landis, it's so sad to see best friends become worst enemies. Did you see the tweet from some guy? It was like a doctor. I retweeted it. I saw it yesterday. It said, I can't believe that Trump and Elon Musk broke up on Pride Month. That was fantastic. His tweet got viral, and that was great. It was well worth it. It was now. Don't let Mike see that. Pobrecita. She'll get all bent out of shape, Mike. Poor girl. Hurts her feelings. Pat in Nashville goes, we are living in bizarro world, aren't we? Yeah. Ted goes, the Bush OBGYN bit was, I have them all. Like, I have some classic shit from Bush. Okay? I got some stuff from Bush that will make you laugh. Dude, I've been doing radio for a long, long time.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Okay? These are real things that George Bush said. Okay. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me give you a couple of Bush favorite. I don't know if Mike's going to be bent out of shape with this. Mike, are you going to be bent out of shape also?
America needs a military where our best and brightest are proud to serve. America needs a military where our best and brightest are proud to serve. America needs a military where our best and brightest are proud to serve.
Yeah. Breast and brightest. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, 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 wow. Oh, wow. This is classic.
Fool me once. Shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Georgie Porgy. So, yeah. What else do we have? Strength of politics is insane. We can punish, disagree, admit our own children's wrongs, but when it comes to people's political party, they can't take criticism of people who gives no shit about them. Exactly, which is like the most hilarious thing in the world. Frankie Fresco is going to Hialeah Park. Let's go Colombia. Oh, okay. Going to Peru. And he's got his Miami Sharks promo. Bro, as a kid, I remember those shitty Heat years at the Miami Arena. Yeah. It happens. I was a season ticket holder in the first 4 expansion years. But by the 4th year, we were actually half decent. So, what else do we have? Oh, you saw Mission Impossible? I saw it too. Too long. I'm not going to give up too much. I have not seen Ballerina yet. I will go next Tuesday to see Ballerina. We go on Tuesdays because, we save money. It's like $6 on Tuesdays. I don't go on a regular day. That's what I'm telling you right there. Instead of going to a regular movie and whatever it is, 10, 11, 12 bucks, you go to a $6 one. The difference, Bitcoin. That's how I do it. Less concerts, more Bitcoin. Let's do it. Play a lot of Bush today. It's great. It is great. It is great. There's a lot of really like classics that he left us with here. Let me see if I can find one more before we go to the great David Furones, who is waiting for us here. Let me see. Oh, I've got another fantastic one for you right here. This library has a lot.
I know what I believe. I will continue to articulate what I believe, and what I believe, and I believe what I believe is right.
He believes it.
I know what I believe. I will continue to articulate what I believe, and what I believe, and I believe what I believe is right.
And I believe we go to David Furones with our Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
Feeling good. We got Stanley Cup final, NBA finals going on. Dolphins wrapping up OTAs and then minicamp next week to wrap up kind of this offseason workouts period. And then before you know it, it's training camp.
Love it. I love it. What's going to happen with Jalen Ramsey, bro?
He's got to get traded at some point because I don't think there's any repairing within to have him end up on the 2025 Dolphins. So, we finally reached the June point. So I think now is when you're more comfortable pulling off the trade so that you can have the $9.9 million in cap savings before any potential money that you do take on your own so that you can facilitate a deal. But really it's just now if he's not going to end up with another team for minicamp. Because you could have it happen any moment now for that reason. If a team wants him for this brief minicamp, which won't be a huge deal for whatever team. I mean, you could just easily get him initiated in the month before training camp and then get him in right before training camp, whatever the case may be, and you'll be fine if you're another team. But so it could happen as soon as any day now, or maybe like right before training camp. It depends on when just someone goes over the top for what the Dolphins are looking for, or the Dolphins just decide this is the best we're going to get. Let's pull the trigger.
Do you think there's anything to the LA thing? Because I think he was just hanging out in LA, playing in LA Fitness, and I don't. LA got rid of him. If they're going to take him back, they're going to take him back at pennies at $1, and I don't think they want to make that. Miami, I don't think is going to want to have. They're going to force him to want to pay a lot of the salary in order to take him back, and you're still not going to get a great pick in return anyway. So I'm just wondering, where is he going to go, and do the Dolphins trade him anywhere? Like, it doesn't matter, even if it's a shitty team.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be the teams that are competing that would want to bring in a Ramsey, and beyond that would be where Ramsey would like to go. I think he sees it at this point in his career now, being around 30, that he's looking to compete. And I think part of what it is that last year was a failure in Miami. The Dolphins didn't even make the playoffs after he came in to a team that was at the time on the rise and looking to make greater playoff pushes and playoff runs. So remember when he did leave the Rams, when he did get traded from the Rams, yes, they traded him, but I think it was on good terms. And I think it was because the Rams were kind of breaking down that Super Bowl team from a couple years before that. So obviously, that Aaron Donald's retiring, and then once you start chipping away at that roster, then yes, Jalen Ramsey wanted to go to a greater opportunity to contend while they were breaking that roster down. Now you flip it around a couple years later, it's the Rams that are now once again in a new, better position than the Dolphins. So I could totally see that. And I think he left there on good terms, and I think he liked the time that he spent in LA. And I know that he was also big in the community in LA while he was there. So I think there's a lot of bonding between him and the city that occurred during his time there that I could see that as a plausible landing spot.
I just think that by getting rid of him and turning the corner, if you're going to bring him back, I don't think you're going to want to pay as much. And that's the problem there, bro. It's $21 million. It's is it 21, right? That's the number?
His guaranteed salary was 24.
Okay, 20.
Yeah, his guaranteed salary is 24.2.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. Even if the Dolphins picked up 6, it's still 18 million. And you got to have that kind of space, because you're not going to try to extend this and try to make it several years. You're going to want to get them in and out, maybe 1 year. You're really not even you're going to want that flexibility to get out of the second year, just in case, he has a drop off or injury or something like that. And so I think that that's also the problem here, that you're going to trade him, and whoever's trading him is basically renting him for a year. So it becomes a harder trade to make because of all the guaranteed money, and you're not actually signing him for a long-term basis. If you are, you would ask him to take a severe pay cut in order to do that. And you would also have problems with him to do that. I don't know, man. When I started looking at all the machinations of all of this, it's not easy to come through to a deal for this. There there are all these people that are interested, and well, where is it, bro? If they're really interested, they'd be fighting for. Nobody is fighting for his services. I'm just saying.
Right. I think it's a bunch of teams that are just looking to see if they can get a deal. Like, you're already competing, and you can you can add a Jalen Ramsey to your roster and have him be the missing piece to a Super Bowl contending roster, then yeah. But you do look at that number, 24.2 in guaranteed salary. Now, a cap number that's 16.6 though, so important stipulation there. But still, that's it continues to remind me how many players are the Dolphins paying more than any other team would be willing to pay. And Jalen Ramsey is certainly on that list. I think you would say the same about Tua, and you would say the same about Tyreek Hill at the very least. And then now Waddle, after last year, he had a down year, and you did have to pay him that contract. I mean, I'm not going to go backtrack and say, yeah, that was a deal they shouldn't have made. You had to do that. But right now, after last year, not many other teams would be paying him that money. Although we do know what he is capable of.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to answer because Alexis Palenzuela is a very loyal listener and follower here on the platform, and he's, like I say a lot of times, he's one of those people I do this for. He goes, I'm using Venmo for Bitcoin, easier to buy. Alexis, Venmo's terrific to buy the Bitcoin and all that good stuff. But Venmo and Cash App, okay, both are great to buy. You're going to get a little gas fee that they're going to charge you, right? But then when you send it to your cold storage wallet from Venmo or Cash App, Venmo will then charge you again a little gas fee to send your Bitcoin so that you lose a little Bitcoin there. Whereas Cash App has a third option and it's completely free. So in the long run, look, for a guy like me that doesn't have a lot of money and whatever, I try to save wherever I can. I'd rather do it through Cash App because then I get to send it for free. So I don't get charged. So I end up with a little bit more Bitcoin than I would on Venmo because Venmo has a gas fee going out. Just a tip. So you do what you want. Anyway, what do we got going on with Jonnu Smith? Because as the late, great Mad Dog would say, rest in peace. I put it to my nosy and it don't smell so rosy because a guy that you just desperately need on this offense, the most consistent pass catcher you have on the team. Okay. You need this. Oh, by the way, a big target for Tua for a small quarterback. That's another thing. He doesn't have a lot of them. All right. You don't know if the Icon kid or whatever the hell, I like him, but maybe it doesn't work out that well with him here. Maybe he struggles the first year getting to know the offense and all that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know that Jonnu fits. I know Jonnu is great. And so he asked you for more money because, of course, he's going to turn 30. He doesn't want to risk for a team that's going nowhere this year. That risk his last year with no guarantees, and he blows out his knee, and he's done. So, hey, you want me to stay here? You want me to play for your sorry ass? You got to give me a contract. So the first thing the Dolphins think of is, no, let's trade him, which, again, is weird. Because if your coach is trying to save his job, you're taking away another weapon. All of this smells, dude. None of this makes any sense. So if you're not willing to pay him, what are we doing here? I don't get it. And yeah, he'll be tradable because he's got a super cheap salary. And of course, Drew Rosenhaus screwed up and negotiated a terrible salary. So somebody will trade for him because they know they have to give him an extension. But he is 30, and it'll be like a 2-year extension or something like that. So he'll get it from somebody. That one, I think, is movable. But I don't understand why the thought of even moving him is even contemplated.
Yeah. With the Aaron Rodgers news last evening that he's going to Pittsburgh, could you imagine a scenario where Aaron Rodgers throws the game-winning touchdown to Jonnu Smith when the Steelers play the Dolphins in December this coming season?
So Dolphins. Just like Saquon Barkley going to Philadelphia. It's so Giants nowadays because they have become a joke of a franchise lately.
Yeah. Yeah. When actually it was Jonnu Smith catching the winning touchdown last year for the Dolphins against Aaron Rodgers' Jets. That would be just so very full circle if it went down that way. But I mean, yes, the Steelers would be the team that it has been thrown out there and would operate with greater urgency now that Donald Parham is out for the season. getting injured this OTA session. So that's one team, but I still hold out hope that, because I feel that's Jonu's preference is to get paid in Miami. Mike McDaniel said this week that's his preference.
To get paid.
Of course, yeah. I mean, this all started because he feels he deserves more money, and deservedly so. He had a Pro Bowl season. It was what was considered fair on both sides last year because he was released from the Falcons and then signed pretty quickly. It was before the rest of free agency opened. I remember that was still in February, like maybe early March. It was right after the combine. So it was still like a week before the rest of free agency opened. He was able to sign because he was released. So he didn't go by the other free agency rules. So, and he wanted to come to Miami where he played his college football at FIU. So it brought out the best of him in this offense. And he is paid, as far as average annual value of his contract, it's number 32 among tight ends. And after a Pro Bowl season where he set franchise records, he deserves a little bit more. And if I'm the Dolphins, I'm looking at right now they have $13.8 million in cap space. You stand to gain something from the Jalen Ramsey trade because now post June 1, you would save $9.9 million before you take some of it if another team asks you to do so. But you're probably going to still pick up another few million there. The cornerback signing that you make isn't going to eat up all of that. You still have to.
That's a $1.5 million, $2 million player.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So you're still going to have some to throw out there. And if I'm the Dolphins, why not throw a little bit at Jonnu Smith after a season where he deserved it? Because what else are you doing with it for this year? It's just the cornerback that you need. Aside from that, there's not going to be any big move that you're making to spend that cap space. So why not reward him in a year where, right? I mean, you say team not going anywhere. There's some outside chances, but just what else are you going to throw?
You did this to me last year. You did this to me after the Indy game, right? After the Indy game last year, I told you it's over. You're not doing anything. And you kept with the hopium. Just want you to know, kept with the hopium, and you're still a dealer right now. Do you have your papers? Or do you have? Are you a citizen? Because Trump goes after people that are committing crimes and aren't citizens.
I was born in this country, Big O.
Okay,
I'm an American citizen.
Hopium dealers are illegal in this country. I want you to know. Okay, hopium dealers. It's a crime in this country. So I just want to make sure if you're going to commit crimes, at least be an American. I just want you.
Yeah. All right, I'm safe there.
By the way, did you see what happened to that Dodger fan?
The kid that got hit by the Shohei Ohtani ball?
No. The kid that got hit by a piece of concrete that fell from Dodger Stadium.
I did not see this.
Go look it up. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. But again, the one thing on the Jonnu Smith thing, if you trade him, I mean, can you sell hopium? Really? Should you? Do you think it's responsible on your part? Okay, I'll even put you in a corner. You know what I'm saying? If they go and trade Jonnu Smith, how can you write to fans that you can take this season seriously?
Well, because the Dolphins did make the playoffs the previous 2 years without him. So it comes down to if you get bought a Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and if Nick Westbrook-Akine can be that bigger target to complement them, you get it from the receiver position instead of the tight end position. But you would much rather prefer that NWI is an addition to already having Jonnu Smith as one of those guys, so that Tua has multiple bigger bodies to throw to. I'm not going to – the Dolphins did – there was once a time where the Dolphins didn't have them.
Talent and leadership was on that team 2 years ago and last year compared to this year.
Yeah.
So you've already lost.
It's just the offense, though, but just the offense running.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you've lost so much, dude. I can't sell to fans the whole. I just can't. I can't do it now. If you trade Jonnu,
it would be a huge blow.
Dude, they tried to tank already. The same group tried to tank 5-6 years ago, whatever it was with Flo, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever it was. And I know Flo didn't go with the program, but is that the program? And they're just leaving McDaniel off the program? Because if you trade Jonnu Smith, that's the program. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, not like a hard reset, rebuild, but I have you thrown this term on this program and elsewhere. I feel like it's sort of like a soft reset. But we've seen that's what a lot of people were calling the Bills last year when they let go of a bunch of veterans, and then they actually turned out better than they were in 23 when they lost all those games and had to rush back in the second half of the year.
They actually make the playoffs. They actually make the playoffs practically every year and win the division and all that. Yeah. That's different, dude.
Of course.
Completely different culture than us. We cannot even be compared to them. So when they lose a few players, they're still a terrific team that lost a few players. They're not an up-and-coming, upstart, hopeful. That's who the Dolphins always are. They're never a legit team. They're never really a winner. They're never really anything established. So it's different the way we do things than the way the Bills do things.
Yeah. The 2023, they should have been that level. But then it collapsed at the end, and then it led into last season.
A lot with Marino too. God, I said a lot. I said that a lot with Marino too. Yeah, we should have been. So yeah, it's been going on for 40 years. And we get Saban, we should have been. We get Parcells, we should have been. We get Jimmy Johnson, we're gonna be special. I gotta find that soundbite. I have it somewhere, dude. I have it somewhere. I gotta resurrect that soundbite from somewhere, dude. I know I have it. Yeah, I gotta resurrect it because it's somewhere. And we're gonna be special. And they were never special. We've been waiting for that for 40 years to be special.
It's frustrating.
40 years. All right, what do you got going on so they can check you out at the Sentinel, my friend?
Yeah, I think I'll take it easy over the weekend unless there is news on either of these fronts, and then just get right back to it on Monday, previewing mini camp and then cover those mini camp sessions where we should hear from Tua one of those days, and everything else. We'll see if we have some resolutions to all these offseason questions in the next week.
May you have a 10th of the weekend that I'm going to have, sir. So just wish you the best. Yeah, I got 2 Metallica concerts and Burns Steakhouse the night in between, and that dessert room. You ever been to Burns Steakhouse?
No, but it's the one that you have recommended that I go to, and I
haven't been there. Oh my God, that is.
Well, I mean, I haven't been back to Tampa since that last time.
I don't know if I can count anybody a real Floridian if you haven't been to Burns Steakhouse. Just want you to know that. I don't know. I think it's just un-Floridian-like to never have gone to maybe the best steakhouse in Florida, and definitely the greatest experience in a restaurant in Florida. Runway 84 is the second one, but that one is number one by far. Seriously, I don't know how you're not. You got to go, bro. You got to go it's worth just driving to Tampa with a buddy or somebody you love or whatever to have a really nice dinner, and then you just drive back. Seriously.
Wow.
That's how good that place is. Yeah, definitely. All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _. He'll be writing about my Metallica concert and Chateaubriand that I'm going to have at Burns Steakhouse. Right. And follow him on Twitter, David Furones _. And subscribe to that Sun Sentinel. David, have a great weekend, sir. Thank you.
Sir, likewise. Enjoy.
You got it. Welton Rayom. The only reason this thing happens, one of the main reasons why we are here all the time, is because of our great sponsors. And one of them is Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. Absolutely amazing. Those of you, in the last 5 years, because in a couple days, June 14th is 5 complete years on our platform, all by our lonesome. And it's a beautiful thing. And in the last 5 years, I want to say we're close to like 30 listeners already that have called, used, and succeeded or are about to succeed with Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. 954-966-4646. You know, turning people on to Bitcoin has been the best thing I've ever done in my life for humanity. Okay. Did a toy drive for, I don't know, it was like 10, 11 years or something. We raised like $750,000 of toys. That was satisfying. And this, but let me tell you, the other thing has been the listeners that have ended up calling Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom, because these guys are the best. And by the way, the new laws in place by our governor favor all the corporations, not us. So make sure you get the right lawyers. Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom have been at this for, I don't know, it's close to like 30 years, 20-some years. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. And let me tell you something. We got hurricane season right now, okay? Save the number. They have their own adjusters. Never call the insurance company. The adjusters work for them. You call Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom, they send their adjusters, and then they call the insurance company, and you don't have that headache ever. It's a beautiful thing. 954-966-4646. Save it. You may not need it now, but you might need it later.
This has been another session of the Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welt and Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welt and Rayom can help.
Right. By the way, Aaron Rodgers is signing a 1-year contract with the Green Bay Packers. 1-year contract. With the Pittsburgh Steelers. So people thought maybe a 2-year deal. Good for them. Good for the Steelers, because it's terrible enough that you have to sign and bring this loser on your team. But you need a quarterback. It's a desperate league, whatever. I get it. I think the Steelers team isn't shit anyways. I think that roster is mediocre. I think Omar Khan is a mediocre GM. We've talked about this. But great for them that they only get him for 1 year, and then maybe they can find a young guy one day, because, boy, they've been like us. We were in a funk for a long time searching for a quarterback, and now we got one. But maybe one day we'll build right around him too. Sean, did you see the story by a Dodger fan I talked about? Bro, this is sad. Sad. Sad the state that we are in and who we are now. A baseball fan from Mexico City who was injured by a falling slab of concrete at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles says the police demanded to know his immigration status before he received attention. Luis Ricardo Aquino told KTLA-5 he was in his seat during the game on Friday between the Dodgers and the Yanks when he was struck in the back by a piece of concrete about the size of a softball. The concrete slab had fallen from the deck above and left Aquino with a fractured rib. Adding, he was ultimately provided care at the stadium, but was initially startled by the line of questioning from police. Aquino claims that first responders first asked him if he had permission to be in the United States, to which he replied, "Yes, I'm on my visa." And the officials took his documents from him. "I'm angry because I felt discriminated against." And you were, dude. And how he refused medical treatment at that time. We're a disgusting country at this point. Bro, it's your fault. A freaking piece of concrete slab fell on a tourist. Who gives a shit if he's from Mexico, Amsterdam, or Canada, or wherever? Take care of the human being. It does not matter if they're white, black, Asian, or wherever. Your responsibility, as you know, the Dodgers then gave him a jersey from Max Muncy, a bobblehead, a bracelet, all that, but no apology or follow-up. Like, we're disgusting as a country now at this point. We are just disgusting as a country now. And that's why tourism is down big time. People are losing millions and billions in tourism. Here's how we're treating our tourists now. And by the way, if it was a white person, it's a brown person that got hit, it's another bad look for us. I doubt if the person was white and got hit, they would have gotten medical attention. Nobody asked. But because the person's brown, wait a minute, is he legal? Wow, dude, bad. I'm ashamed to be an American. Really ashamed to be an American. That's, go eliminate criminals. I'm good with that. Get rid of them, whatever. Leave decent human beings, dude. Leave them alone. Frankie Fresco, thank you for the super chat. Remember, we encourage Cash App or Venmo or even PayPal because we get 100%. YouTube takes 30%. Okay, so, helps us grow more with, more. Frankie, thank you. 2-for-1 WWE Worlds Collide. Who you got? Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer versus Daly and Chick Tormenta. Second fight. Well, wait a minute. Let's go with the first one. Okay, Worlds Collide. Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer and Daly and Chick Tormenta. Well, I was a big fan of the Kinks. So they have a song called Lola. L-O-L-A, Lola. So since you got a Lola there, and she's going to put a Vice on Daly and the Chick, and they're going to Tormenta, it's over. So I'm going to go with Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer and getting it done. And then the second fight is a triple team match of Santos Escobar with Angel and Alberto versus El Hijo de Wagner Jr. versus Pagano and Psycho Clown. What the fuck are you watching? Anyway.
It's AAA. It's Mexico wrestling.
Hijola. Hijola. Okay. All right, I said it. Let's go. All right, ese. We got you, Ming. Let's see. Well, Santos Escobar. Well, I remember an Escobar that was hanging out with Rick Sanchez. It didn't go well for him. He ended up living in a car. And he's hanging out also with Angel and Alberto. Okay. All right. And then against El Hijo de Wagner. Who the hell is Wagner? And who cares if he had a son? But he is with Chuck Pagano and the Psycho Circus Clown. So anything Psycho Circus, I'm in because it's Kiss. And Trump is in the news. He's a clown. He's fighting with Musk. I'm going to go with Chuck Pagano and the Psycho Circus Clown winning this one. That's how I break it down. Now we go to the BigCheeseMiami.com Miami Hurricane Report with the one and only Manny Navarro.
We step into the world of big dreams, big moves, and big money. It's the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. After 40 years, the Big Cheese remains dedicated to serving the finest Italian dinners, pizza, pasta, subs, and salads. All of their pasta is imported from Italy and cooked fresh every day. Visit BigCheeseMiami.com. Now, let's find out who's the Big Cheese the Miami Hurricanes are working on with insider Manny Navarro.
Right. There he is, the great Manny Navarro. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
Feeling great. Oh, how about yourself?
I'm feeling great. I'm about to get in the car right now and go to Tampa, and I'll be rocking with Metallica tonight.
Nice.
and on Sunday, it's 2 concerts, 2 different,
Mhm.
32 different songs. So it's 16 tonight, 16 Sunday. And then Saturday, it's Burns Steakhouse. So
Nice. Love me some Burns, man. One of the best places of all time. No question.
By the way, Furones has never been there. Can we really consider him a Floridian?
No.
Right.
He's a phony Floridian. There's no doubt.
That's what I said. That's what I said right there. You and I agree right there. Exactly. I mean, like, you haven't been to Burns. Come on, bro.
How many opportunities do you get? I mean, how many times do the Dolphins play the Buccaneers in the preseason every year, right? Like, I mean, how many times do you get to go to Tampa? You gotta take advantage.
And the the Sentinel's gonna cover some of it, right?
Right. You get a percentage, $40 for dinner, probably is my guess.
So that's almost half that you get to cover, right? Because if you want a good dinner at Burns, you're
$80 at least.
$75, $100, right? That's what I was going to say. $75 to $100. It all depends on how big your steak is.
Right. Furones is kind of a small guy. He doesn't need that much steak.
Right. So there you go. He's going to pay only a little bit over that, and it's just bad planning on Furones' part with all the times he's been to Tampa and everything. Damn, dude, we're just dropping the ball. All right, we got a big weekend, a crap ton of recruits coming in. Talk to me about what the Canes and, of course, what Cristobal does best.
Yeah, 17 more recruits coming in this weekend. 6 of them are commitments, including the number 1 player in the country that they already have in the class, and Jackson Cantwell. He'll be coming back again for another OV this weekend. You got Jordan Campbell, the 4-star linebacker from Miami Northwestern, who will be here. Jalen Waters, Jontavius Wyman, 2 cornerbacks, 2 4-star cornerbacks. Darion Coleman, who's the quarterback in this class and a guy that I think is an absolute stud. And then Joel Irvin, who is a 3-star offensive tackle, big-bodied dude who's going to probably be a big-time stud for Mario Cristobal out of Fort Myers. So those 6 guys are the commitments that are here. And the only reason I bring it up is usually when you have the commitments here, those are usually the weekends that you end up getting a few other guys to jump on board, because you got 6 of these dudes all sort of, hey, bro, come on, you want to be a part of this class. And so Miami's got a lot of elite guys that they've got in this weekend, especially on the defensive line. A lot of top end, top 100 type talents. Bryce Perry, right out of Buford, Georgia, is one of them. James Johnson, a kid out of Miami Northwestern. He's at Miami Northwestern now. He's originally from the Fort Myers area. Those are the 2 big-time kids on defense. And then Hezzy Kent, who's a tight end out of Georgia, super athletic kid, 6'5". He's listed at 6'5", 300 pounds. I'm pretty sure he's going to end up being an offensive tackle or a really big physical tight end that just is there blocking and occasionally catching the ball out of the backfield or near the goal line type thing. But again, big bodies. You know how Mario likes to recruit them.
Yeah, big time. All right, so there's also something called the uncommitted.
Yes,
are all part of the mix here. All these things that I'm learning along the way. Talk to us, enlighten us, educate us.
Yeah, well, Miami's got 11 commitments right now in the 2026 recruiting class, and I mentioned some of the uncommitted guys: Bryce Perry, Wright, James Johnson, Hezzy Kent. But remember, last weekend was a big weekend too, and you had 4 5-star recruits that are not committed to Miami. They're going committed elsewhere or uncommitted. One of them was Tristan Keys, an LSU commitment, who's the number 1 wide receiver in the country from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He came down here, had a really good weekend with Miami, and he says, look, you got to, I know I'm committed to LSU, but Miami is really in it for me. So he's playing the recruiting game, trying to see how much money I'm sure he can squeeze out of whatever schools are chasing him. But I would say that the Hurricanes are definitely a contender for Tristan, somebody that you have to watch here down the stretch. You had Lamar Brown, another kid out of Louisiana. He went on social media after his visit, talked about how great the weekend was, posted some positive things. And right now, I think Miami's probably 3rd in the race for him with LSU and Texas A&M. But the fact that the kid left here raving, another elite 5-star defensive lineman, that's important. One more kid to note that is on the board that I think Miami made some positive momentum for was Anthony Jones. He's an edge rusher out of Alabama. I mentioned to you last week on the show, that Jason Taylor has done a really good job when guys come to visit of especially guys from Chicago, North Carolina, all different places that aren't Floridians per se, to get them to convince him to come here. And I think Anthony Jones is a guy that you'll have to watch here going forward. I think he's from Alabama. The Crimson Tide will be a hurdle here down the stretch, but all of those guys came down here and had a great time last weekend, and now you got a bunch more that are going to be here this weekend. And I try to tell people, look, they're all going to take visits. They're all going to hit other schools. You're going to hear about how great the other schools are. But ultimately, the fact Mario has them on campus and they're in the race for these elite players is where you want to be in college football.
Who's the Bryce Perry Wright kid?
He's a kid out of Georgia, Buford, Georgia. Texas A&M, Clemson, Texas, they're all schools that are in it for him. He's 6'2", 250, can play inside, can play outside, 5-star defensive lineman, a really good player. Huh?
5-star, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, according to 247, he's a top 100 defensive lineman. Mario's, look, they've got a lot of defensive linemen that are coming to town here, that have come to town, and they're clearly trying to power themselves and become an elite power at that position. And we know the history of Miami.
By the way, he's the nephew of Ray Lewis.
Is he? I didn't know that. You're telling me something now I didn't know about Bryce Perry Wright.
He's the nephew of Ray Lewis.
Wow. So there you go. I mean, there's a reason for him to want to pick Miami. I will say this: we've had a lot of family members of other guys. I know last year Miami was in the running for the linebacker who was related to Marley, Rohan Marley, and he ended up going to Georgia. So it's while it's certainly nice to have those family connections, I will tell you from experience, it doesn't always pay off, because sometimes these guys just
wait a minute. He's not his son. That's the one that bombs out.
Yes.
He's the nephew. So
right.
Maybe the other genes do better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what, dude? Most of these kids usually fail anyways. When you're talking about great players and their sons, it's just so much pressure and so much expectations. The Ken Griffey Juniors of the world, that shit is few and far between, that the junior comes up and he's better than senior. You know what I mean? It happens. It happens, but it's just rare. There's
been a lot of juniors, right? Michael Irvin Jr.'s son came through here, right? Didn't really live up to expectations. Jared Payton was a great player. Certainly wasn't as good as his father. Was a great college player.
It was a solid starter. Let's put it that way.
I mean, he's better than a lot of the other ones that we've seen come through here.
Dude. Yeah. Highsmith's kid didn't do much. There's a whole bunch of kids, unfortunately, but that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Just normal, dude. That's just kind of the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right. So that's good, at least that they continue to be in play for a whole bunch of these cats, dude. And he's so good at recruiting, man. That is this roster. Can you say it's not the quarterback? Of course. Does this quarterback have a better roster than Cam had last year?
I think certainly on defense, he has a better defense around him than Cam had last year, especially in the secondary. Miami did a ton of work to upgrade the secondary and the portal. They went out and they added some veteran guys on the defensive line as well. To me, this is a better defense, and I think right off the bat that gives you a chance. Look, as good as offensively Ohio State was last year, right? And you have Jeremiah Smith and you have all these weapons. As good as Michigan was at running the football 2 years ago when they won the national title, it still comes down to the line of scrimmage and being able to dominate up front, and defensive linemen being able to put pressure, being able to shut down the run. That's how those teams win championships. And so to me, Miami was great on offense last year. Mario has to get the defense right now. And he's on his third defensive coordinator since he took over. This is year 4. This is the side of the football that he's got to get right now if they're going to really win a championship.
Yep, I'm with you there. All right, follow him on Twitter and Manny_Navarro, and catch his work there, of course, at The Athletic. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up next week.
Good talking to you, brother. Take care.
You got it. BigCheeseMiami.com. We love it. We talk about it all the time. You want to have some great pasta shipped from Italy, cooked fresh daily, family portions. Everybody else is giving you less and charging you more. Well, at the Big Cheese, they're not charging you more, and they're giving you a ton. So go check it out. The garlic rolls are to die for. You get a little pizza sauce on the side. It's a beautiful thing. Go check it out. BigCheeseMiami.com.
You've been listening to the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. At the Big Cheese Miami, they continue to purchase the same high-quality ingredients that the most expensive Italian restaurants use. The difference is they serve large portions at a family price. Visit the Big Cheese at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue in Miami. Call 305-662-6855 or go to thebigcheesemiami.com. Go Canes!
True Fin Fan, thank you, sir, for the super chat. He says Ramsey could go to the Bengals. Yeah, I mean, the thing that I see a problem with that trade is all that money and how much are the Dolphins willing to eat. You know what I'm saying? And man, that just becomes even depressing that you gave him a contract and now you've got to pay him to leave on top of all of that. Nothing about that is good. Nothing about that is good. Thank you, sir. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Ohio John, thank you for the Venmo, sir. Very kind. See you in Spain. With all the money we put into the Finns, the wife thinks we should either have a percentage of the team or be laughed at. No, you definitely own a percentage of the team. You all should. And again, the Dolphins don't deserve you, Ohio John. You and the wife, they don't deserve you people. They don't deserve any of you on the chat board right now. None of you people. None. They don't deserve you people. You're too special. And the Dolphins aren't. They're constantly mediocre and garbage. So, you know, it's crazy, man. It really is. Big O, can you see the Dolphins being sold in the next 5 years? No, not at all. I don't think so. The Ross family, I don't think has any intentions on selling it. The daughter's going to run the team. The franchise makes money because it's an entire property. It's got the F1 race. It's got the tennis tournament. It's got concerts. It's entrenched now with so many things. That hospital, everything. We're making money left and right everywhere, dude. So no chance. Why would you sell an incredible business like that right now? The Cirque du Soleil comes. I mean, it's just, and it's, you know, Jazz in the Gardens and Rolling Loud. I don't know if you know, Rolling Loud is like one of the top 3 hip-hop concerts, hip-hop festivals in the country. Jazz in the Gardens is a monster. And then they add a whole bunch of other big concerts throughout the year. Didn't they have Taylor Swift there recently for a few nights? I mean, it's stupid. The Stones were there, whatever. They're making money in that place. What owner in their right mind would sell that? And the NFL only prints more and more and more, kind of like our government. Just prints more and more and more. I still am tripping out that Elizabeth Warren and Trump agreed together that it's a great idea to eliminate the debt ceiling. I just love that. Just love that. The harmony of both parties loving to ruin us. It's beautiful. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar and the amazing Alan Blanco. If you need custom printing and embroidery, you call my guys, Alan Blanco at 3A Graphics, 786-618-1443. Pacers with an amazing win over OKC last night, 111-110, one of the great finishes you'll see. Pacers stun the world. They take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-7 series. Halliburton with the game-winning shot did not play well. turnovers, mistakes, didn't shoot well, but when it counted, kid's got balls, man. Kid's got guts. Got to give him lots of love. Nesmith had 10 points and 12 rebounds. Siakam had 19 points and 10 rebounds. Game 2 will be Sunday at 8 o'clock, all the way till Sunday. Tonight, Panthers looking to even up the series. Game 2 at the Oilers. See if it happens. And on Sunday, the other team in South Florida that's in the playoffs is the Fort Lauderdale United. And you can catch it on Peacock at 7 o'clock. They take on the Carolina Ascent FC. See if they can, they got to the first year, they made it to the playoffs. Can they advance is the question. Good luck to the ladies at Fort Lauderdale United, baby. Love it. Love it. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let me do a little music here. Always love doing a little music. Get that out of the way. Here we go. Let's go with musicians born on this date. June 6. Jess, it's June. All right, we go with Carl Barrett, singer from the Libertarians. Born on this date in 1978. James Schaefer, guitarist with Korn, born in 1970. Tom Amaya, bassist with Slayer, born in 1961. Rain in That Blood. Stevie Vai, amazing guitarist, born in 1960, played with Frank Zappa, David Lee Roth, Whitesnake, Mary J. Blige, Spinal Tap, Ozzy Osbourne. Stevie Vai, pretty damn good. Let's see, Jimmy Jam. How about that? Legend in the R&B world. American R&B pop songwriter, record producer. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Legends, baby. Worked with Janet Jackson. They've written 31 top 10 hits in the UK and 41 in the US. Artists they've worked with, Lionel Richie, TLC, Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin, Boyz II Men, Usher, Shaka Khan, Mariah Carey, Prince, Bryan Adams, Snoop Dogg, Spice Girls, George Michael, Rod Stewart, and Gwen Stefani. Jimmy Jam. He is the man, that Jimmy Jam. Let's see who else celebrating. Michael Wallace, keyboardist with the Jamaican reggae band Third World, celebrating a birthday, 1955. What else? Peter Album, bassist with the Big Brother and the Holding Company, born in 44. Gary U.S. Bonds, rhythm and blues and rock and roll singer, born in 1939. Levi Stubbs, baritone singer with the Four Tops, born in 1936. Those are the legends in music, or musicians, some legends, because I did end with a legend. Born today in June 6th. Let's go with other famous people celebrating a birthday on June 6th. Remember, if I don't give the age, that means they have passed away. Okay, here we go. Clothier David Abercrombie, born in 1867. Astronaut David Scott, born in 32. He is 93 today. Pretty impressive. Tommy Smith, track and field Hall of Fame member, born in 44. He is 81 today. Why would they put this guy on the list? I'm not mentioning it. Sandra Bernhard, born in 55. She is 70. Ooh, and they put this guy too? Unfortunately, that one's alive. Bjorn Borg. Wow, he of the wooden tennis racket. Born in 56. He is 69 today. God bless him, dude. Won like 5 Wimbledons, I believe. Let's see who else. Comedian Colin Quinn. He's good. Born in 59. He's 66. Paul Giamatti, actor. So good. 67. He's 58. Musician Uncle Kracker. Born in 74. He's 51. There's a wrestler I'm sure you'll have. Let's see. Ashley Park, actor, 91. She's 34. And that is it. Sean Stanley, do you happen to have wrestlers born on this date, sir?
Yes, sir. Ahmed Johnson turns 55 today. Jackson Riker turns 43. Michael Richards, he's 30. ODB, she turns 47. And Drew McIntyre turns 40 on June 6th, 2025.
You sure? I thought old dirty bastard was dead.
This is the women's version.
All right, let's move over to music history. What happened today on June 6th? It's always very important to find out what happened today in June 6th. Well, in 2004, interesting. I'm headed to a Metallica concert, and in 2004, Metallica played a rare gig without drummer Lars Ulrich, who was sidelined with an undisclosed illness. The show, which took place at England's Download Festival, saw Slayer's Dave Lombardo, Slipknot's Joey Jordison, and a Metallica drum tech sit behind the kit in place of Ulrich. In 70, Syd Barrett performed live for the first time since leaving Pink Floyd. He was backed by a group including former bandmate David Gilmour, but Syd confused the audience and his backing musicians when, after 4 songs, he took off his guitar and walked off stage. Poor guy, man, he suffered from a lot of problems. In 79, Def Leppard performed at a club in Sheffield, England. It got good reviews in a British music magazine, Sounds, and led to the band getting a record deal. In 69, Rod Stewart signed a solo artist contract with Mercury Records. In 92, David Bowie married model Iman in Florence, Italy. The pair had a civil ceremony of the month before, but since it did not constitute a legal marriage, they repeated their wedding ceremony. In 94, Kiss singer Paul Stanley married his wife Pamela and became proud parents of their only child together, son they named Evan Shane. In 82, Tom Petty, Bob Dylan, Stevie Nicks, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Joan Baez, and more performed at the Peace Sunday We Have a Dream anti-nuclear concert. And that's what happened today in music history. There you go. Corso, thank you for the love in the super chat. Apparently, the guitar from Back to the Future has gone missing. If you happen to find it, just turn it in. Well, what if it was trapped in the DeLorean and it went through? And it's in another, year. I don't think they're going to get it back. I just don't. Bro, you're right. This franchise doesn't deserve any of us. True Fin Fan says, I hope you truly realize just how important you, Sean, and this show is for us. Who else would bring us the tooth? Help us see. Thank you, my friend. It's very kind of you. He says, you might not really know us, but we hear you every day. For us, it's like you're a family member, a close friend. I think most of us see you this way. You're truly are appreciated, sir. Thank you, True Fin Fan. And you show it all the time personally, not only being here, but you show up also to Hialeah Park all the time and support us. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. You're again, there are a lot of you why I do this every day, and you're definitely one of those. Ocala Joe says he's smashing it this morning, and the like button too. And he says to have a good time at the concert today. Impossible not to have a good time at a Metallica concert. Most important thing to ever happen on this day was D-Day. Yeah, but I'm going to stick to music. It's a little more fun. Metallica song, The Thing That Should Not Be. That song is one of Metallica's heaviest and most underrated tracks. It's on the Masters of Puppet album. I think they do that. I'm pretty sure they do that this weekend. I don't know if they do it tonight or on Sunday, but I'm pretty sure they're doing that song. All right. Ted goes, you might not know who we are, but we know who you are. Goodfellas, 1990. Football is so easy. Just when Dolphins can do that, Dolphins for once. It's been 40 years. Let's go. Yeah, Dolphin Dave, that the rah-rah thing ain't going to change the reality, my brother. I'd love for that to change the reality, but our team's just not good enough, you know? And that's the sad part. That's the stage we're at now as fans. Our team just isn't good enough, you know? What can I tell you? By the way, did we hit 105? Because we were like at 104.8, 104.9. Where is Bitcoin? Let's see. Let me get a refresh. Give me a refresh. Give me a new number here. What do we got? Because it says 104.856 right now. Trying to see if I get a refresh here. Oh. 104.989. We're about to make it back to 105. I like it. Remember, we're not going to be doing a show this weekend. Actually, game 3 will be on Monday, I think it is. So for the Panthers. So that's cool. So we're good with that. Game 2, by the way, of the Pacers series is Monday also. That's terrible. But tonight maybe I'll do like Sean, I can go live from my phone on YouTube, right? For a couple of minutes, right? I can do that, right? I have that. Maybe I might go live tonight on the phone just for a couple of minutes. I might be at a bar with the wife watching the game or something. I am going to watch the game. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to be at the concert tonight. No, that's right. No, I won't watch the game. I'll watch the game after. But maybe after the concert, I don't know. No, I won't, because I won't know anything about the game. So I won't be like, I can't talk if I don't watch it. I'm not that person. Can't do it. Tonight, it's just Metallica and then fun with the wife, Ybor City, all that kind of good stuff. And then back to the hotel room. Anyway, we hope all of you have a 10th of the weekend that we're going to have, because we're going to be rocking everything. If the room is a rocking, don't bother knocking. Yes, sir.
I just want to correct. The second game is Sunday for the NBA playoffs.
Oh, Sunday. I'm sorry. Sunday. Yeah, they have that's right. It was yesterday, and now they have a couple. Yeah, right. It's a lot of days off, man. It's freaking crazy. It sucks that they're giving that many days off. It should only be one day off with the 2 home games like that, and then take 2 days off on the travel days, like the hockey is doing it. Anyway, we're out of here. We're going to get in a car and head to Tampa. There's a really cool donut shop there, by the way. Apparently, it's one of the best in the country. I saw that. I'll be headed to it also. Anyway, y'all be good out there. Much love. I'll be in the Tampa area. Give me a DM if you're going to Metallica. If you're going to Burns on Saturday, I'll be there too. Who knows where I'll be in the Tampa area, but we'll be having fun. Much love out there. Thanks to Sean Stanley. We'll see you Monday. Be safe.